Brews and Banter.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Roman, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
How's your week been?
My week's good. I'm glad it's over. Well, the week's not over. I'm glad the work week is over.
Ah, okay. That's good.
We're gonna
It's always nice to have a break.
yeah, we're gonna start with this old Klaverack.
Oh, can I open it now?
Yeah, go ahead. Your premature opener. Old Klaverack Brewery and Hop Farm. Nice and juicy, hazy IPA, 6.1%. Did you already spill it?
I made a mess.
Maybe you can use that fucking extra tiny shirt
Have
you
any
wear.
napkins?
I do.
Oh, no.
Man, you're a mess.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Where are the napkins?
Not in the studio. We don't normally keep napkins in the studio.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and it'll last for until our imminent pause when the
Check out our new mugs.
camera. Yeah, check these things out. Man, what the fuck is up with that? There's a lot of head on there.
I interrupted you.
But I like the way it looks. What did I say?
You started introducing the beer, and I said, if I can open, and then a disaster happened.
That's okay. The old Klaverack Brewery and Hop Farm. Nice and juicy, hazy IPA, 6.1% ABV.
They are out of Hudson, New York.
Hudson Valley, yep.
Not Hudson Valley.
Yes, it says actually Hudson Valley on the fucking can.
Where does it say that?
Right there. Do you see that?
Yes, I am. I stand corrected.
You're spilling shit. You can't read. You wear a fucking
I'm all fucked up
toddler
today.
shirt to fucking...
What?
A baby shirt.
Oh, I heard a cool joke today.
Okay, let's start off with that then.
All right.
You can't remember it already? What a mess.
Oh, okay. What's the best thing about fingering a gypsy when she's on the period?
I don't know.
You get your palm read for free. Sorry.
What did I send you the other day from fucking Urban Dictionary? Oh, the Colorado Campfire, right?
Oh, yeah.
When
I actually didn't read it.
you didn't?
No.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
No, I was like, you know what? It's probably hilarious, and maybe it should be saved for the podcast.
It is hilarious. So it's a Colorado Campfire from Urban Dictionary. And this is the act of stuffing a marshmallow up a girl's asshole and then proceeding to fuck the marshmallow deeply inside her, like one was loading an old Civil War musket. Then, upon finishing inside said asshole, the female is asked to evacuate the contents upon two eagerly awaiting graham crackers. It is considered rude if the cracker is not consumed afterwards. Yeah, how rude.
Why Colorado?
Yeah, I don't know. But why is that the rude part? Like,
That's rude.
yeah, the fucking graham cracker's going to be upset.
Yeah, you just stuff my asshole with a marshmallow like it's a fucking cannon.
Yeah. Poor marshmallow.
I saw an article about a canine retirement.
Oh, another one? Like the Georgia one we saw?
Shout out, yeah. Beckley, West Virginia. I think that Beckley County.
Mm-hmm.
Canine officer Gabo is retiring due to illness. Gabo went into service in 2022 with his
Oh, geez, that's quick.
Yeah, I think it's due to illness, that's why. With his partner, Officer Lauren Birchfield. Together, they had over 100 arrests, many narcotic busts. Gabo will spend the rest of his long life at home with Officer Birchfield. In the meantime, her new partner is under training and will be assigned with Officer Birchfield soon.
So Birchfield is lady?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Gabo is G-A-B-O? Or G-O-B-B-L-E?
No, Gabo.
Gabo, yeah.
So,
I don't know if you're saying gobble.
gobble, gobble.
Yeah. I mean, it's
happy retirement.
Yeah.
Thank you both for their service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, that dog is not in service long, but I think it's pretty common that their handler gets to take them home with them. These are probably German Shepherds.
Yeah, I watched the video. Yes, German Shepherd. I watched the video the Officer Birchfield, she said that she's just he's gonna stay with her in the house, and she gets to keep him.
Yep, that's good.
With medication, he can still live a
maybe there's a hip
life.
issue. I mean, I know there's
it's something
German
with a digestive problem.
Oh, okay. I know the German Shepherds.
I'm sorry. The digestive problems can sometimes turn into cancers, because my friend had a digestive problem, and then that turned into cancer.
When I have Taco Bell, I have a digestive problem.
Excuse me.
You see.
I just want to get that out of the way.
Yeah, that's the only one, I'm sure. Your digestive problem is upper. Mine's lower.
I don't digest. It just comes out.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. So we ended last episode, we were talking about what's your bitch, right? And I think this was a kind of a hot button topic that I wanted to save until this one.
Did I even get to talk about what my bitch was?
You maybe did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I generally don't listen to you. So
every time I mention it, we go into something else.
Well, we get so sidetracked. We should try to format it. We need to get a producer that does that thing in your ear and hey, get back on track, fuckers. Because we get weeds, squirrel, like this fucking thing. Look, it's like I'm trying to get off my arm right now.
Yeah. Then I got other stuff to bring up afterwards. Yeah.
So we were talking about what's your bitch, and I think I mentioned the gender reaffirmation surgery, and this was something. It's been something I want to talk about for a while, and we just don't get to it. But this is from some of the research I did. But it's at the time of that research, there was 4,000 kids as young as 12 had breasts removed, and 400 had genitals removed.
At 12?
Yeah, and that was according to Rand Paul. And then the story is the Dems don't admit to it, and says the surgery isn't happening, but even the University of Kentucky admitted to it going on.
The surgery is happening at the age of 12.
Yeah, and people don't really talk about it, but apparently this is so expensive that a lot of this money gets funneled back into the Democratic campaigns, and that's why they keep it a secret. And then on July 19th, there was a Senate hearing with an expert talking about it, and all the Democrats walked out because they don't want to be publicly associated with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then it goes on to say that.
I'm sorry. Do you remember? I'm shocked because you said 12, so I'm kind of surprised at that age. Remember we were
because parents are allowing it. Parents are doing this for their kids. Like, I mean, you're not going to show up. I mean, hey, I'm fucking 12. I want the surgery.
Do you remember one of our episodes we discussed what would be an appropriate age for that?
Right.
To give kids enough time to.
I think any appropriate age is when you're adult.
And
I mean, if you can't drink beer till you're 21, you can't smoke till is it still 18 or whatever.
We talked about 18 would be.
I mean, but yeah,
like young.
Well, in the military, I think it's 18. It might be 17, but you can't graduate from any of those boot camps until you've reached that age. Mm-hmm. But at this age, or in this current situation, you can be 12 years old, or I don't know if there's younger. I don't know, but that's the stat about the 400 test subjects, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Wait, 400?
There was 400 that they knew about, and then it said, basically the problem is I don't care what you want to do either. I mean, we've talked about this. I don't care what you want to do. Just make it the right age, But this is something that destroys your urinary tract. You'll never experience sexual pleasure, and it's non-reversible. So you see these people now. There's been some on this thing I was watching or reading. There was people that were interviewed that saying, basically, I wish that my parents had waited. I wish they didn't let me do it because you just can't go back. So there's a lot of regret. I mean, there's some people that are probably fine with it. I don't know, but I just don't think that at that age that's appropriate.
My son's 11. Mm-hmm. It's like my son saying next year that he would do something like that. Like where your brain has not even processed what it would be like, the consequences or the healing process or the stuff like you gotta be prepared for to deal with.
But it's not even
educated, It's not
even his decision. Like his parents, you would have to take him. Okay, I agree. Let's go.
The parent made a decision.
No. The kid wants it done, but you can't just show up and have it done as a 12-year-old. You've got to have your parent consent.
Right.
Like you can't get tattoos until you're 18. What the fuck?
No, that's what I'm saying is a parent would just go for it at age 12, or the doctors being like, Are you sure? Like, this isn't the right age?
I mean, one is too many, but 400 is, I guess, in the population of the country, not a lot at the time of this article, but I'm not, disputing what that is or discounting how the severity and the magnitude of this problem. But for me, I just think that's too young. I mean, like I said, you can't drink till you're 21, you can't smoke till you're 18, you can't get a tattoo. But this is something you can make a decision on.
There's an interesting show we just finished watching, my wife and I. It's called Sex Education.
I saw it last night on Netflix. Me and my wife didn't watch it. But
it's about kids who are battling with different... it covers like a broad problem.
They're in college, right? Or something like that?
So it starts off, they're in high school. Mm-hmm. There are kids who are battling with like sex. They they're either are not comfortable with sex, or they have issues, can't have sex, or don't know how to process those thoughts, or hormones that kick in.
Well, it's got to be everything, like whether or not you're gay or not. Is that part of the thing?
Right. So then there's some characters in the show that are gay, lesbians, trans, bi.
So what is the difference between gay and lesbian?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not...
Same thing?
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Just women?
Well, I don't want to be ignorant here, and I don't want to be respectful of things, but there's so many fucking acronyms and words and titles. I don't fucking even know. I can't keep it straight.
As we were watching, there were so many characters that were... A woman did a surgery. So we're finishing last season where they're in college. So there was one character that was... Not a spoiler alert. I'm not going to spoil the show, just mentioning something. A female did a surgery to be a male, in love with a male that did a surgery to be female.
What the fuck? Is this?
So it's like, so it was so... And then in the mix of it, there's another character who's going through the transition, wants to do surgery, can't afford it. Then another person who is openly gay, but the church won't accept him. Mm-hmm. So there's just so many, and I kept getting confused. Yeah. I'm like, I would refer to she as in he.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was. I think it's just an adjustment period.
And I get frustrated.
I think that I don't know the proper pronunciation to this, but I'll just say trans people. Individuals maybe can be a little more patient with people who are not used to it.
Well, and that's what I was going to get.
Just be helpful too with like educating.
I think cis is...
Because I don't know, you probably don't know either or understand what they're going through.
I think cis is considered straight and trans is when you're trans, right?
Cis?
CIS, cis.
See, I've never even heard.
No, I'm familiar with cis and trans from a previous employment, like in the pharmaceutical industry. It's a chemically related thing. It's unrelated to this, but I don't care what people want to do. I don't have any problem with whatever you want to do at the appropriate age if you want to do that. But I have a huge issue with these people that get instantly offended because we get confused about what is called what, who is called what, how you're relating to this. Like, I'm not trying to be argumentative or a dick about it. I'm just trying to understand, like, help us understand. Like, it's a lot of things with this world. People get so easily offended, they just fucking fly off the handle and they start throwing like personal assaults. And I'm like, well, that's how this thing never fucking gets productive, you know?
Yeah, when you explode like that onto somebody, on another group of people or another person,
it's instant hatred. Yeah,
you're diminishing a potential understanding or relationship or resolution to this problem.
Yep.
Or this misunderstanding.
And we've said it plenty of times about us, like Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever you want to do. It's okay to disagree. Let's have a conversation, but it can be civil, and we can do it over beers. We can do it over food. We can do it without any of that. But it's okay to talk about it. It doesn't have to be an argument.
Yeah,
I have no patience for these people get all fucking pissed off. I think I've said this
when we started the podcast at the beginning. I don't judge people based on their political view. Like, who the fuck am I?
Right.
To make a decision or label somebody that they are a certain way because they have that political view. Like, who the fuck am like?
Right.
Who has?
Yeah. What are our
Who does?
qualifications?
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody has any qualification. That's what they decided. Just like it's like me saying, "Oh, if you're gay or lesbian or trans or whatever, then you're this kind of person."
Right.
Like you labeling them, right? So it's the same thing with politics or different views on world problems. Say, for example.
Yeah.
You know, so it's it is an interesting show. It's funny too. It's got some like emotional parts too.
Yeah.
Do you? I have a question.
Do I have
get emotional? Do you get emotional when you watch movies or shows?
If
Or do you cry?
I don't know where you're going here. If you're this is gonna be a fucking you daddy thing. I don't know.
No, it's not a you daddy.
I actually, you know what? You know what really makes me cry? And I'll admit I don't give a fuck. Is when I watch these videos with overseas soldiers coming home and surprising their children.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I fucking weep like a little schoolgirl. I don't fucking know.
Or even when the dog sees them.
Yeah,
it's all excited.
Well, and that's just yeah. So I mean, I guess it shows you have a heart of some sort. But I just watched a video today before we got together here. It was maybe an hour before we started this. It was a wrestling match because I was a wrestler in school. It was a wrestling match, and there's two people wrestling, but one of the kids came out had looked to be like cerebral palsy. I'm not really sure what the affliction was or the handicap, but he the title was "This Kid Was Raised Right." So the kid that was not affected, he was just sort of going through the motions with the other child, and he let himself get pinned. He lost, and I started crying at that because it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't. To be a nice person. We've said it before. It doesn't cost anything to be nice, and it doesn't cost anything to shut the fuck up. Yeah. So if you don't have anything nice to say, shut the fuck up. Yeah. But I saw that video. I started fucking crying. I'm like, whatever.
So we watched a movie yesterday. You ever seen called Instant Family?
No.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Is it with Will Ferrell or no?
No.
Okay. No, I don't know that.
He's a contractor and
he's been doing a lot of these fucking weird family movies.
And his wife,
Stepdaddy or something, right?
Yeah. His wife, she's like interior designer, so they flip houses. That's how they make a living.
Is she just like a smoke show?
And then
the wife, who is it?
I don't remember the actor.
Is it a famous person though?
Yeah, I think if you'd see, you know actors better than I do. And so they don't have any kids, and he jokingly said like, "Yeah, we'll adopt," and then. So it gave his wife a thought. Like she's like, "Oh." So he comes home one day and she's in front of a laptop crying. And she's looking at all this foster care website and the kids that are, need homes. And
is it a comedy, this show, this movie?
It's comedy and it's like family comedy, you know what I mean? There's like emotional moments as well. And then he's like, "Oh, no, don't do that to me." She turns the laptop. He goes, "No," and he shuts the laptop off. He's like, "I can't look at it."
Yeah, like you drive a car, you're gonna buy it, right?
So he puts the laptop away. She walks away. She goes to bed, and he turns the TV on, and they show the shot as the hallway, the island and the kitchen, and the laptop sitting there, and they show him.
It's on his TV.
He goes into the family room to watch TV. Then you see the TV shuts off. He walks back. And he looks see if his wife is looking, and he opens the laptop, and he starts to see all these kids that need homes. Right. And I started crying. Yeah. My wife and I we've talked about maybe we'll have an opportunity to do something like that, but I started crying. Yeah. Like you see all these kids who need home, right? And then throughout the movie. Like the struggle some of the kids go through and how they're trying to...
So they adopt them or just they're following up on the kids?
Then they get 3.
Oh, Jesus, right.
They find this girl and then she's got 2 siblings that are there. So it's like a package.
What's it called? Instant Family?
Instant Family. Or
maybe I watched that too.
And then...
But you have a different perspective because I was raised here. I had 2 parents, all these things. And you've had 2 parents, but you were not born here. So coming into this country,
my mom, my dad separated, and during the conflict in our country, I actually got separated from my immediate family for like over 2 years.
Oh yeah. So, but that separation was you moving here.
No, I was in completely different city.
Well, how so? Why did you? I mean, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want. I don't know what's going on here.
It's okay. There was a conflict in our country, and then it was like an expedited exit.
But someone comes in and says, "Hey, this," and someone's like, oh, "You guys got to go to be safe."
Going on.
Yeah.
No, they're killing people, and my mom's side of the family, they were like, "Oh, we'll take Roman."
Okay.
And then so I left with them, and then my family got their shit.
So you were safe. You were safe. You weren't, trying to live on your own somewhere in a fucking box.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Still,
just I was saying I wasn't with my immediate family.
Yep.
So, yeah, like things like trigger me. Like I could be driving and it would be a good song. I'll get emotional. I'll cry.
Well,
or people do good deeds, like a woman at the grocery store, and she's like, "Oh, I can't afford this," and she's got kids, and she's like, "We'll put the cereal away." And then there's a guy who's like, "Oh, I'll pay for all your groceries." Then I start crying.
No, we've done it. We've done the same thing. I mean,
yeah.
We're the same. I mean, it's if you have the means to do it, I don't mind doing it. I mean, it's just that there's a lot of things going on with a lot of people, and you don't know what their day to day is, and how pissed off someone might be, like what happened. Maybe someone's mad. You see them and they're acting like a complete asshole, but maybe they woke up under a bridge and they didn't have a shower or breakfast. I try to be understanding, but there's sometimes I'm like, all right, well, I got to get out of here because I don't really know where this is going to go. and it's someone I know their background, so I know that's not the case.
I teach my son to do like good deeds. Yeah. Sometimes we'll play this game like on the way home, we're walking, say, through the mall or the street or whatever. We got to pick 3 good deeds to do. Or it's something simple, like, oh, let me hold the door. Like today,
that's right, yeah.
We held the door for this older woman with a walker to be able to walk into a restaurant. So things like that. He'll like go to a random person and be like, "Hi, how you doing?" And they're like, "Hi, good. How are you?"
It's different when 40 you're doing that.
Yeah. Well, actually, sometimes I'd be driving, and I would just wave at strangers like, "Hey, how you doing?" And they're like, "Hi," and then they drive by.
Yeah, so and in the car they're just motherfucking.
They're like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Right?
Or this one time, my wife is sitting in the passenger seat, and I rolled the window down. The guy was walking as we were driving. I go, "Hey man, what's up?" Martha goes, my wife goes, "Who's that?" And I go, "I don't know." But I just made his day.
Yeah, but that's easy stuff. That's cool. I mean,
yeah,
and there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of not that. So, yeah, I mean, whatever. There's no soapbox around here. We're talking about daily stuff. But I mean, if it makes you feel good, then do it. If it doesn't make you feel good, don't fucking do it.
When I see good in people, makes me, I think, feel that way.
Yeah.
What do you think of this beer so far?
Yeah, we didn't talk much about it. I like it. It's it's different than some of these other IPAs we've had. They all smell really relatively the same, right? This is a little lower alcohol content.
Do all IPAs have citrusy taste in it?
I don't know. So I don't know if New England IPAs do. But there's all some sort of certain, process to do this. But I don't know that I've ever seen a non-hazy IPA, because these are all, this isn't a frosted mug, but it's still going to be fucking hazy, right?
Mm-hmm. This is hazy.
Yeah. But
I forgot to mention, in Michigan, you get 10 cents.
I knew that because I used to live in Michigan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why does Michigan pay out so much?
It has something to do with the 1986 Michigan Clean Water Act, where they used extra money from can return to fuck.
So fucking just making shit up.
Yeah, I just make shit up. I don't fucking know.
I like this. It's one of those IPAs.
Yeah. It's not bad, but it's for you. It can't be like that Haberly one. The one that doesn't burn your throat.
No, so far, Haberly is one of my top choices.
We should really quick go back to the poll we had. So about it's been
finalized, right?
It's finalized yesterday, fucker. And I've lost some faith in humanity because I lost the poll. So I got my ass kicked this week.
Yeah. And now
with
growing a beard.
Yeah, with with Pound Round and the beard thing. So yeah, so
I told you, man, don't do it.
I was just hoping that people were gonna say, you know, have you shave your beard because then they can see your baby face. Besides, that fucking thing's not even real. No, people don't know that. It's not fucking real.
This is not real.
No.
There's something else that's not real.
What? What's not real? So I'm going to start growing a beard. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it and how long it's going to take me. I probably will never get to that fucking level of your bush, but
You don't need to.
But what else isn't real?
When we do a refill, we
Yeah.
have to stop in a minute to do a refill. You'll see.
You gonna show me something off camera? I don't want. I'm scared.
No, it's going to be
Don't
on
cut
camera.
it. I don't want to cut.
No, it's going to be on camera.
All right, good.
On next take.
All right.
Plus, I got to take a piss break.
Okay.
So let's stop now. All right, Frank. We refilled our beer.
You refilled your hair.
Got new haircut.
So, yeah,
This was from my Halloween costume.
I'm supposed to grow my beard, and you got that.
It just happened.
I can't even take you seriously.
That was from my Halloween costume like 3 years ago.
No, last year.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this year's Thanksgiving is, I think, American themed.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
I can't remember what it was. It's some sort of theme coming on. But remember we talked a couple weeks ago about the beer company recycling wastewater to make beer?
Yeah. Where was that?
It's in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
So the company's called Epic One Water.
Mm-hmm.
And I meant to talk about this, but they brew a Kolsch now that's made from wastewater in San Francisco, from tubs, showers, and sinks, washers, flushing toilet. They can do 7,500 gallons per day, according to YouTube. The concept is from 2022, but not for sale yet because water regulations. But they claim it's cleaner than what's already in place.
I'll pass.
I will pass too. I would just have regular water. I don't want beer that is made from someone's body waste.
Yeah, or water that they're using.
I mean, I believe it can happen, and probably in the future when we're long gone, that's probably what's going to happen, but that's someone else's fucking problem.
I'll stick my head in the river and fucking drink from that.
Yeah, I mean, you get E. coli, and E. coli happens.
That'll be worth it.
You ever see those shirts, E. coli happens? Like shit happens.
happens.
Yeah.
All right, so there's something I want to talk about.
Oh, no. Is it the haircut?
No,
Or
you
the hair
like it?
grow?
You like it?
It's like a fucking weird surfer thing.
No, that's not surfer.
I don't even know what to
Old man
think right
dude.
now.
But it matches my beard, right?
It does match your beard. Fucking look at the camera and just fucking do that. Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
So, did you know that English is my third language?
I did know that because we talked about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
One for each nut.
yeah,
You get a language for each testicle.
they have a language of their own. So, there are things I want to understand or bitch about or bring up is made up and misused words.
Okay. The English language has a ton of slang, by the way.
One of which I could never get an answer when I lived in Massachusetts.
I'll give it to you.
I don't think you'll know the answer. There are two cities in Massachusetts. One is Worcester,
But that's not what it's called.
which is pronounced, in Massachusetts they say Wista,
That's right. Like Wistea, Wista.
which is not spelled that way.
Nah.
And there's another city that's called Dorchester,
Which is that Dista?
which is just Dorchester.
What the fuck is wrong with them?
Why is Worcester Wista and Dorchester is just Dorchester?
Right. No, I agree.
And there is no explanation. And when I've asked people in Massachusetts, they're like, it's just how it is.
Yeah, that's a legitimate bitch.
So there are things that people say without any explanation behind it, and they just use it. They just use that. You know, and they just run
Worcester
with
and
it.
Dorchester, but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah. Or remember how I've told you some stories where
You were banging your
the
cousin.
names,
Oh,
the names, with the names, like William is Bill.
right.
Why is it Bill, not Will? See?
Why do I care?
I'm just curious.
Call yourself whatever you want.
If Bill is short for William, why wouldn't it be Will?
Why can Cindy now be Ken? I mean, what the fuck?
No, but all right, William.
Right.
A short for William would make sense. Will would make sense, right?
Or Billiam.
No. Or Richard.
Dick.
Why? Why not Rich?
I don't know that.
So why not Rich?
Well, there is Rich.
So why Dick, not Rich?
You're asking me why Dick? You gotta ask yourself why.
I want
Dick.
somebody to explain these to me because it's confusing. Or Robert.
Rob?
Why wouldn't it be Rob?
Be Bobbert.
So why Bob?
I don't know. Neil and Bob.
So names is another one.
Names is
Contractions too, like
labor?
2 words. No, like the 2 words that you put together. Cannot.
Can't.
Do not.
Don't.
Will not.
Won't.
Why is that one won't?
I don't know.
Why are the other ones?
Because I will not.
Why not willn't? See why?
So in your other
does that change?
in the other 10 languages what would it be?
We don't have that.
What's will not in Russian?
Will not?
Yeah, or won't. Because it's only one word. You only have one word for those. Like will not, won't, can't do, will not do. Like all that is probably one word for you, right? And like no.
Right. So different applications. So one word will end differently depending on the application. But this is 2 words put together,
right.
which all consistent and will not is not.
Right.
I don't understand. Or why not? Is there one for why not?
Why?
Another one. This is the misuse. Just the other day, there was almost an accident. 2 cars almost collided.
I'm glad it wasn't in your pants.
And they said they nearly missed each other.
Right, so they avoided each other. Oh, no, they nearly missed. So they had an accident, right? Right, yeah.
Near miss means collision.
Right, that's right. Yeah. Near miss. Oh, yeah, that's just fucked up, people.
I think George Carlin did a skit.
He did do that, yeah.
About the planes. He's like,
he went on for a lot.
Missed each other. That's a collision. They fucking died.
Yeah, no, I remember watching that.
Yeah, but he goes, so I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I've had these questions to my wife, and she's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't have the answers, And I'm curious, and I just like keep nagging. And she goes, you know what you should do? She goes, you should listen to George Carlin.
He's not going to clarify shit.
But he points them out, and he makes me feel better. Like there's fucking dumbassery going on. That's a new word.
Dumbassery. Fuckery. Bullshittery.
Fuckery.
Bullshittery. I remember when I was younger, my mom would say, like, I'd ask something, she'd be like, I don't know, go play in traffic. Like just get the fuck out of here, I imagine your wife probably says, I don't know, go talk to Frank.
That's funny. When I was little, we did play in traffic.
Yeah, probably. But your traffic was tanks and shit.
We know what we did. Tanks? No.
I don't know what the fuck is going on over there.
In the wintertime, we would grab onto the bus because the roads won't be plowed yet.
Yeah.
And a bunch of kids will grab onto the bumper of the bus. And as the bus goes, we just all holding onto it and just like sledding.
I did this with a car door of my buddy. His name was Jim. Mm-hmm. And he had a Caprice Classic. And we were going to the mall when it just opened up. I mean, we're probably juniors, seniors in high school. And I opened up his car door, the passenger side, and I was holding on to I had my hand on the roof and my hand on the car door.
And your feet on the
and then my feet on the ground. But like, thinking back, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because the door's not fixed, right? Like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Dude, we did stupid shit. One time we had so many kids.
It was smart shit at the time. It's stupid shit now.
So many kids were holding onto that bumper when the bus took off.
You guys all
we ripped the fucking bumper off.
What? How is that fucking thing made? It's like zip tied?
I don't know, but there were so many kids.
Which country was this?
This was in Russia.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, like stupid stuff like that. Oh, another one. Okay, this drives me fucking crazy. When people say, "I'm just saying,"
Or right.
like, yeah, you are saying.
Yeah, I understand that you're saying it.
And I hate when people use that as an excuse. Like, "Fuck you," I'm just saying.
You know what the best one is? No offense, but you look like a fucking asshole. Okay,
it's too late. You already said
right.
no offense.
Right.
I hate that one too.
Yeah, no offense. I mean, the big thing in the South is bless your heart. So like if
that's gonna follow up with something fucked up.
No, you follow it. You follow it. So if someone says like something to you, and you think they're an asshole, and instead of calling them an asshole, like, oh, bless your heart.
Oh, that's like fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. There was this.
Yeah. It's like the most cordial fuck you can get.
There's this guy used to work for me. He's a stand-up comedian.
How? He used to work for you, and now he's a comedian?
He was a stand-up comedian. He was like this new upcoming stand-up comedian when he was working for me. And this guy, because you know how construction sites go, we bust balls fucking nonstop, right? I mean, I've sent guys home crying. And he would be with his notepad fucking writing everything down. And he'll go like, that's mine.
Right.
I'm like, fuck you, that's yours.
Yeah.
I just
There's no
fucking said
copyright
this.
on that fucking thing.
So he would use some jokes from the construction site on his stand-up.
And that's great.
And then
I do that with work.
there's this thing we came up with where instead of saying fuck you, we would say take care.
Right. Right. Yeah.
We say take
Good.
care.
That's nice.
Take care. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yeah. So, hey, when you're done with that, can you guys pick that shit up over there? Take care.
And take care.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah, so just saying, oh, fucking drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for someone this is not their first or second language, whatever it is, because there's so much shit in the English language that.
But there's so many questions, and what drives me crazy is people who use them day to day don't bother trying to figure out or get an explanation or understand the words they're using constantly.
Well, even I use it day to day. What do I give a fuck if I'm using it day to day? I'm going to get an answer, and then what? I'm still going to use it fucking day to day. I don't need to know the answer.
Well, to understand it, at least.
I don't give a fuck about understanding it.
Well,
why do I need to understand it?
What is this?
That's a beer.
What's a beer?
You tell me.
You don't know what a beer.
Don't ask me a question you don't know the answer to.
So there are things.
And I thought beer had alcohol in it, but apparently there's non-alcoholic beers.
And alcohol-free, yes, which is two different things.
Right. Yep.
But I'm just saying, you use words from a vocabulary, right? Mm-hmm. So you should know the meaning when you put words in a sentence. When I'm talking to you right now, do you understand everything I'm saying?
Barely.
Fuck you. How about that?
Take care.
So it just bothers me that people don't care.
What bothers me is that fucking haircut you're wearing. It bothers me.
Yeah, I'm fucking hot. I'm going to take it off a little bit.
It's like wearing a fucking winter hat.
I promised you that I was going to wear it, so there you go. Yeah, so just another thing I wanted to bring up is you talked about the gender
reaffirmation.
Affirmation. So there's something else going on online that I think a lot of people don't know, but a lot of young boys are being scammed. And so basically what's happening, there are these fake accounts being set up of like attractive girls, and they ask them to send nudes. And when they send nudes, then they say, you know, like they release. They let them know that it's not a real account, and they
reveal.
Thank you. And then they say that if you pay us this much
I've heard
money,
about this. Yep,
we won't release the photos you sent.
I've heard about this.
So apparently it's happening a lot. There are kids who are in the situation where like, fuck, I'm gonna get sued. Who knows what's gonna happen to me? They commit suicide.
Yeah.
So there's this big attack online on young boys.
But so it's not girls?
It's not. I don't think it's real girls. It's just fake accounts.
No. Is it happening to boys telling girls to do it, and girls are committing suicide?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's happening to boys. The thing with girls, which I talked about this in one of the episodes, is these fake accounts with boy accounts that luring these girls in to meet with them somewhere.
Yeah.
That dude, I watched documentary and that I was fucking crying. The shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The shit these girls fall into.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to bring this awareness. Like, if you have kids, young boys, just talk to them. Don't send
any kid.
nudes.
Just talk to your kids, right?
Don't send nudes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Your boy, your girl, just don't do that.
I watched a award show, and it was actually Reese Witherspoon, and she was giving a speech. I think she won some award, but she said, "Look, if you're gonna send them," she said, "no face. Just don't put your face in there. Then really, who knows what it is."
Have you seen Reese Witherspoon's daughter?
It looked fucking just like her.
Looks exactly
It's fucking weird,
like
man.
her, yeah.
Yeah, but like, no, she's saying like, I mean, you know, obviously, when you're older, or whatever has to happen, you do. You know, when you're responsible to do it. But when you're younger, you know, protect yourself.
Yeah. And I think with us growing up, we didn't have internet.
Right, and we didn't have
weren't
cell phones or anything.
exposed.
Right.
Yeah, you just like, you go to some fucking room and be like, hey, check out my dick. You know, like you just pull your pants down.
Right. And all the other guys like, what the fuck? Why are you doing that, Roman?
Yeah. And there's guys measuring dicks. Yeah, with
All the farm animals are like, what the fuck?
what happens when you mix human DNA with goat?
No.
You get kicked out of a petting zoo. We talked recently about foreign countries owning land
And power
water
and utilities.
rights.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember I was talking about that alfalfa farm in Arizona. Dubai growing them and then sending that to feed their cows.
Right.
So because of the amount of attention that this has been bringing up, the governor, I think, canceled their lease.
Good. I mean, but why are they even allowed to begin with? Like,
I know.
Why is there got to be someone that
it's
brings this
because
up?
Through lobbying, and they bought out politicians. I
don't
know
understand.
what kind of fucking oil money they
Yeah,
have.
there's all kinds of fucking money.
So apparently the farmers on the farm weren't even allowed to use that water. They had to bring their own. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So you have this abundance of water that your farmers are not allowed
Right.
to drink any of that water.
Yeah.
Who are working there, like they had to bring their own containers of water.
None of that's good. And
That's
I mean,
fucking crazy.
a lot of with the American economy, we have to bring manufacturing back. I mean, however you do it.
That's why we support American-made product.
Yeah, and that's what we do. But in small businesses, women, minority-owned, first responders, all these things. But we're just a small, fish in a big pond.
Yeah, but you get 100,000 small fish in the pond that gets populated.
No, I get it. I mean, I'm not complaining about it, but it's just it's terrible. I mean, there's always going to be some sort of overseas affiliation. We're never going to be one. I mean,
no, for sure. And I think we need to some degree. But the amount of
free trade is great. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm not against free trade. What I'm against is more jobs, more product going overseas.
Right.
Less available here. So what happens? People end up with less money. So less money circulating in the country.
Yep.
So people are forced to live off of credit.
Yeah, a healthy balance between import-export is the way everything should work.
Yeah. If we can be self-sustained with energy, with goods, produce, and and keep money circulating here.
Yeah.
Is important.
Yep.
Because the less people will be falling into credit debt.
Well, the money that is here gets recirculated more than once. It's not from here to someone. It's going from someone to someone else to someone else to someone. I mean, it could. I mean, they could be sending it anywhere else, but the chances of it being recirculated multiple times in the U.S. is much higher.
Absolutely. Instead of buying billions of dollars going to another country. Yeah. I told you this the other day. The amount of people who come to this country to work for the sole reason to be able to send money to families overseas is over 28 billion a year.
Right. Which is equal to about one check to the fucking Ukraine for defense spending. that we're doing now.
Didn't we give over 100 billion or something?
Yeah, but that's just, I'm saying one check.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking know why we're even there. Like, why do we care? Like, I mean, I don't know, because we don't know the whole backstory. I mean, there's political ramifications and all these things, but there has to be some sort of...
and we're helping them for democracy. Did you hear about the corruption going on in there?
That's right. So
Zelensky's not allowing elections.
right.
He blocks anybody who's running against him. Knowing like he's being a dictator.
But even
so we're supposed to be supporting democracy where it's being run by a dictator.
But we don't even audit our Fed here, so no one knows where money's going. No one knows what's getting sent over there and coming back.
But it's not as in the United States. Yes, there's corruption, of course. It's not as bad as Ukraine.
Well, not for this money going back, but how,
you're talking about the money that's being...
That's right.
Yeah.
How much?
Accountability.
How do we know how much money is coming back to politicians in the U.S.? Like, we'll send you $28 billion, but these 10 people are going to get $5 million back each.
Well, they said we're funding their government, their federal employees.
We have our own government issues. We're facing all these fucking shutdowns.
We're funding their federal employees, their police, firemen, rescuers, ambulance. Like, we're funding all of that.
And we shouldn't be the world's police,
including, I think, crops, like, so that they...
Well, we're sending all kinds of, stuff overseas, but I don't know. I mean, we can't pretend to even know everything that goes on, but we've got to be involved somehow with everything, because that's how free trade works. That's how you want to get involved. I get all this. And we're a big enough country to be able to support other people, but I don't think we should do it on the scale that we do.
And other countries need to jump in.
At least for humanitarian aid, like, we can do that. I mean, that makes sense. If we have it, then send it. But, like, when you got people like veterans here that can't get fucking health care and they're living that's a fucking problem.
Yeah, you can't ignore
fuck off
citizens of your country.
Yep.
Like, how does that look in their eyes?
Are all these fuckers pouring in through the border? I mean, I don't mind if you come here. Just come here legally. Get your shit straightened out, however you do it.
Go through a process.
Assign them a fucking social security number and then pay taxes like all of us other fuckers,
I came through a process.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, like I said, we don't care about your sexual orientation. Earlier in the episode, we're talking about, gender reaffirmation, all these things. I don't care what you want to do, be the right age. If you want to come here from another country, to work, I'm not talking about getting a surgery. I'm just saying, paying the taxes, get here, do it right, all these things, like, and for our government, support the people here as much as you support the people outside of here. I mean, we should be number one. I mean, regardless of who's president.
You got to take care of your people.
Whoever's president, I don't give a fuck who's president. Yeah. We should do that.
You got to prioritize your people first.
But everybody is so money driven that it's like, oh my God, we can sell this fucking hook, and we can give it to them for 5 cents for 10 million pieces, and they'll send us 2 cents back. Like, fuck off. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't get into politics.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because we can. So
let's wrap it up with a joke.
Well, I got 2 more things here.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about. So there's all these pumpkin spice beers now.
Pumpkin spice, okay.
Yeah, or whatever, Oktoberfest beers. I saw there was pumpkin spice English muffins the other day.
English muffins.
Yeah. I'm not buying them, but I just like, what the fuck?
I'll skip it.
I don't know how that's going to taste.
What else is there?
For what? For me to talk about?
Pumpkin spice.
Oh, no. I have one more thing.
Oh, okay.
I was talking, so I told you I went to get a new phone today. So I spoke with a lady at this AT&T store in Clay, New York. Her name's Ashley. I just strongly recommend anybody in locally that's going to be looking for a phone to go see her, and she'll get you taken care of. No, that was just a local plug. I'm just saying that because it was good to deal with, and it worked out. I didn't get anything for it, but I'm just letting people know.
I don't get paid for this. I'm just saying it because it's good service. But if you were with AT&T or looking to switch, which I think AT&T is much cheaper than Verizon. I used to be with Verizon.
Are you with AT&T?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, I get really good coverage with AT&T.
Yeah, especially remote areas.
Mm-hmm.
So if you first responder, in the medical industry, police, I'm not sure if security counts or not, but like if you're a first responder, emergency, you can let them know at AT&T, and they put you on a different plan. It's called FirstNet. And FirstNet partnered with AT&T after 9/11, because when 9/11 happened, everyone's cell phones were jamming. There was so much communication going on through that network, you couldn't handle it. So
FirstNet's a separate network?
So FirstNet is a completely separate band. Like, you're not even on the same antennas, not on the same band. So to give you an example, if we're in a crowded stadium and 100,000 people using the same antennas, people with FirstNet are in their own separate, so they don't get slow traffic.
Right. So it's limited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think they give you free like Apple Watch and shit like that.
But either way, just
do it.
A separate
advantage of
network alone is
and if it's
great.
If someone in your family, you can hotspot off of them.
Yeah.
So, quick joke I wanted to mention. Why when girls wake up in the morning, they rub their eyes?
I don't know.
Because they don't have balls.
Well, that joke is 90% applicable, but 10% probably do have balls.
That's it.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for following us. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for the companies that have been actually reaching out to us and offering to send us beer. U.S.-made companies that we are collaborating with, and we're going to get some of their product to review, just like we did with the physics machine.
That'll be on our separate Patreon Supercast. Yeah.
That's actually what's going to help us with more content, with giveaways, right? And something that will help us to also fund this show and to continue. So we just want to say thank you to all of you guys, all of our listeners, followers. We appreciate you, and you keep us going.
Thank you to Haberly.
Yeah, thank you, Haberly.
And
good stuff.
Good guy to talk to, and I hope that works out, and they keep moving forward with that. So
yeah, looking forward to you guys coming back to Syracuse.
Yep, and that'll be an interview on one of these or both of these, paid platforms. So
maybe when they're in town, we can have them in the studio.
Yep. So good.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.